So, we just got confirmation that William Shatner will be voicing a character in the upcoming My Little Pony Season 7. I must admit, I was a little taken aback by this news. I mean, I grew up watching the original Star Trek films back in the 80s and 90s and rather enjoyed his portrayal of Captain Kirk. Granted, he has had many other acting roles both before and after, but come on, we all know who William Shatner is because of Star Trek. And it turns out, back in April of 2016, he released this tweet admitting he was a brony. Far from the first celebrity to do so, but still it was nice to hear that he enjoyed the show. Shortly afterwards, Big Jim from the MLP staff asked him about whether he'd be interested in voicing a character. And it was this past week that William once again confirmed his status as a brony, which prompted a fan to ask whether he'll be taking part in Season 7, and apparently, Mr. Shatner already has. So aside from sparking a bit more excitement in MLP Season 7, there is the inevitable question: what kind of role will he play? In the past, whenever we've had one-shot roles from celebrities like Weird Al playing the part of Cheese Sandwich or Patton Oswalt playing the part of Quibblepants, the characters didn't deviate too far from what we'd already expect to see given their past roles. Even with John Delancey as Discord, he's practically identical to his role as Q from Star Trek The Next Generation. So it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to assume that William Shatner would be playing a character very similar to his most famous role of Captain Kirk. It is certainly possible that he'd surprise us with something completely different, but I'm leaning more towards sticking with what's familiar. And with that in mind, who else would love to see Discord playing off of a character like Captain Kirk? Granted, I would have been overjoyed if they managed to get Patrick Stewart in such a role, but I'm still very intrigued by the possibilities of William Shatner facing off against John Delancey in the MLP universe. Not only would we have the inevitable mountain of geeks fanboying and nerds raging over such an event, it'd certainly bring a fair amount of attention to the series as a whole, and I always consider that a good thing. However, if the MLP staff don't really have that particular team-up in mind, I can also imagine Mr. Shatner playing the role of a long-retired Wonderbolt, giving Rainbow Dash an excellent learning opportunity. After all, Captain Kirk was often the kind of character who'd go charging into a situation without much of a plan beforehand. And to be honest, Rainbow Dash is rather similar in that respect. And if we had a Wonderbolt who was reminiscing about some of the reckless behavior in his youth, it could make for a nice teaching moment, while at the same time paying respect to a character that many of us grew up with. Still, I am definitely looking forward to this inclusion, regardless of whatever the MLP staff have in mind for Mr. Shatner. And I'd like to hear your thoughts and ideas on just what might be in store for Season 7. Leave your predictions in the comments below, and as per usual, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.